How's it going, guys? Welcome to Playing Good Books Anyway. My name is Martin. Sorry I'm a little late to the stream today. Uh, was trying to figure out how to run my game in windowed but borderless so we don't have this ugly little header here. But I wasn't able to get it. There's an app I saw on Stream, or Steam, I'm sorry, uh, that could accomplish this, but for some reason I can't get it to run properly on my rig. So for today's stream, unfortunately, we're just gonna have a bit of an ugly header here. That's why the game didn't run properly on the Thursday stream. I was reading up, apparently, Siege of Avalon and kind of some older games like it don't like to be run at 1080p in full screen mode. So running it in windowed mode, it lets me, mess with the stream at the same time while playing the game without having any technical difficulties. Anyways, so back to the game. So a little bit of housekeeping. So today is going to be the 4 hour stream. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have a job, so I can only stream 2 hours on those days, while still accomplishing all my responsibilities to the world. Whereas on Saturday, I can stream a little bit longer. So today, you get to see my beautiful face for a whole 4 hours. Continuing the housekeeping, with our quests and adventure in our journal. So, to recap from last stream, we uncovered, during our main quest, which is to find the Earthstone in the underground temple beneath Avalon that the Citadel was built on top of, we kind of got into, I guess you would consider, like a side quest of political intrigue, that kind of expounded upon the the quest that we kind of got into at the end of chapter 1, which is basically there's traitors in Avalon that need to be weeded out. So that kind of continued vis-a-vis multiple quests. So the king of one of the kingdoms, called Cathea, ended up being poisoned by the traitors. So that's what this journal entry here is about. I'll just leave those up for anyone who watches the VOD and would like to read. Then we made our way down to the caves where we met the mage Felius. He turned out to be a necromancer, which is kind of, well, I should say in most game universes it's kind of a taboo, and it is no different here. Turns out he is a friend of one of the party members that we're trying to track down in the caves, the scout. Just to recap, there was a knight, there was a seer, and there was a scout. While we were down in the caves, we encountered a courier who was given a missive from General Roth, but he had no intention of delivering it. When we called him out on it, he attacked us, so we had to dispatch him. Moreover, while we were down there, we did find the knight from the party who was previously sent down to find the Earthstone. He had been slain. We found a bunch of Shaul surrounding him, and he was no more. So we carried on. We made our way back to the fortress to report this, and we found out that one of the knights in King Rayance's retinue, King Rayance is, I guess you could consider him the High King. Avalon is it's a citadel that serves all 7 kingdoms. in this universe. So King Rayance, one of his retinue, I believe his name is Osla, or no, no. Okay, let me just read a little bit here. So there were two knights involved in this. Let's see, Sir Either. Okay, so Sir Osla and Sir Either. Sir Osla is the one we talked to initially, and he said, Sir Either, pardon me, Sir Either is the one we talked to initially, and he said Sir Osla was a traitor. He was guarding a letter. So we go over to Sir Osla and speak to him. And he actually lets us read this letter. And it is a letter from General Oberon, who we now know from Chapter 1's events to be a traitor. And that letter was to Sir Either, not to Sir Osla, meaning Sir Either was the traitor. Sir Osla had been holding on to this letter because General Oberon and Sir Either were countrymen of his, and he had a bit of a conflict of conscience with this. He didn't know, obviously, the fact they were traitors, he felt compelled to expose them, but at the same time, they were fellow countrymen, and he was trying to find the least defamous way to do so. So we talk him into basically letting us expose Sir Either the traitor. And we do so, and we got a bunch of training points off of that. So that is kind of the close of Chapter 2's, I guess, Traitors in Avalon kind of quest. I believe there is a little bit more in subsequent chapters. As I've said in previous streams, it's been a very long time since I played this game. So after we did all this traitor exposing, we made our way back down to the caves. We killed loads of Showl down there, and then we came into two sub-dungeons within the cave dungeon. So you've got the temple and the crypt. So we went into the crypt, and we found a ghost. It was the scout. So what happened is the scout was slain by Showl. But then there is a basically a powerful undead Alish. Hey, Rugsag Sep. Yeah, so we were just kind of going over that a little bit. So last stream that you ended up missing, I guess, we actually uncovered all of the Chapter 2 traitors. So we did... so Sir Osla actually turned out not to be the traitor. It was Sir Either. Sir Osla let us read the letter, and it turned out General Oberon, who in Chapter 1 was unveiled to be a traitor, he had sent a letter to Sir Either, and Sir Osla was mistakenly given the letter, and he discovered Sir Either was a traitor, and we exposed all that. So we moved back down into the crypts. We're just doing a little bit of housekeeping with the quest lines before I continue gameplay. So we went back down to the caves, into the crypt, and we found the ghost of the scout. I believe, what was her name? Okay, it doesn't mention her name in this particular missive. Okay, so anyhow, it turns out after she was slain by the Showl, she was her spirit was allowed to basically sit in a kind of form of limbo, but her body was revived by a powerful undead mage. So she has petitioned us to destroy her undead body so that her spirit can go to the afterlife, essentially. So that was the crypt sublevel of the caves. But then we also went into the temple sublevel. And it turns out that there was a society within that temple that are the ones that actually stole the Earthstone. And because they stole the Earthstone, their goddess essentially turned them into abominations. And that is where we currently find ourselves, in the temple sub-dungeon. And they have asked us to return the Earthstone to the pedestal so that they can be brought back to human form. But this will not work, because if we return the Earthstone, it's frankly, it's the whole reason we're down here, to discover the Earthstone in the first place. Because if the Earthstone is returned to its pedestal, the temple will rise above ground and it will destroy the citadel of Avalon that has been built on top of it. So we're trying to figure out another way to help these guys. We're probably going to grab the Earthstone and return it to the sage Felix, who will study it, and hopefully he will find a way to help these poor wretches that have been turned into abominations. So these are how they find themselves. They're cave lurkers that we encountered in the caves previously, but these guys have retained somewhat of their intelligence. Whereas the other ones that we have been fighting, they didn't retain any intelligence at all. So let us continue. So we're still looking for the seer. In last stream, we went above ground to where he should be, and for some reason he wasn't there. So I'm hoping that we don't have to backtrack. Oh! All right. That's interesting. That's why we love RPGs, right? No. Don't be sorry for interrupting. That is actually, like I said, I'm 29 years old now, and last time I played this game, I was probably 12. So I'm going into this game pretty much completely vanilla. And cool stuff like this. I'm probably going to end up streaming multiple playthroughs of this game over time. But yeah, that's really cool. Okay, cool. I will keep that in mind for the next playthrough of this game. But unfortunately, we got Sir Arthur arrested. So he bamboozled us, I guess. Or perhaps, if we can still talk to him. Stuff to explore. All right, so we have just gotten into the temple, so I'm just going to do a little bit of walking around just to map out the dungeon and see if there's any loot to be had in the area. And also, I'm not sure what you want me to call you for short, but I'll just call you Rugsag for now. I am reading the dialogue in this game. So, oh, Sep, you'd like to be called Sep? Okay, sounds good. So I'm actually reading the dialogue in this game. I'm not by no means a professional voice actor. But basically, if you have any voices that you have in mind for certain characters as I'm reading the dialogue, I guess you could think of it as I'm acting out the characters like a dungeon master would in a game of Dungeons and Dragons. Just let me know if you have a kind of voice in mind for a certain character, and I will do my best not to screw it up too badly. But it makes dialogue heavy, unvoice acted dialogue heavy games like this a little more interesting. I find these days it's people don't have as much tolerance for these older games that have written dialogue as opposed to voice acted ones. Okay, so I do remember a little bit of this area. I believe the Lish that revived the scout. Yeah, so you can see him right down here. You obviously can't kill him, but there are some enemies in this area, I believe, that you can slay for some good loot. So we will go do that in a minute. Siege of Avalon would have been a ton of voice actors, especially if there's lots of journal entries that we've been encountering in chests that just random NPC soldiers were basically expositing story about the Showl and the Owl, and yeah, they if they were VAing all of that, needless to say, even a game like say like Elder Scrolls 4, where you had like 3 guys doing all of the VA work, it would still be too much. You would definitely end up struggling quite a bit as a result of that. Okay, so no chests as of yet. I don't think there's really any loot in the surrounding area except for in this little temple here. Yeah, so a couple undead enemies there by the looks of it. And Sep, just for the records, our character, we are playing as a fighter. Yeah, yeah. So we're playing as a fighter. So this is our current inventory. You seem to know quite a bit about the game, so I'm actually I might actually lean on you a little bit since I'm not as in the know at this point. I'm trying to read like some old walkthroughs and stuff like that. I actually kept a little binder from when I was a kid as well, that had some info. This game was also really popular because you could use the HTML code, and you can essentially just cheat a ton and make the game just like a complete breeze. I'm not doing that, obviously, but that was one of the reasons one of my friends got me into the game, because he practiced his HTML on Siege of Avalon, and he actually ended up reprogramming the game into like this cool. There's supposed to be yeah, exactly. So there was actually supposed to be a sequel to this game, but because of the bad, or not the bad sales, but the sales that didn't meet exactly what they were expecting, they didn't end up releasing the game. But he ended up practicing with this game so much that he ended up making a single level, and he called it Pillars of Avalon in recognition of the intended sequel, but obviously it wasn't. But he upgraded the graphics and stuff like that, which was pretty cool, especially, you know, if you're a kid like we were. And okay, so we're pretty much through the whole ruin here. So we'll just, because I'm OCD like that, we will just end up mapping the rest of it out. And then I think the rest of it we're actually going to have to walk through the area. Okay. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Okay, cool. I might I might end up looking into that then, because that is That is something I definitely have interest in playing, if they have something like that. Obviously, we don't know what Digital Tome had intended in terms of storyline and stuff like that, but if there's cool gameplay and stuff like that, that would definitely be something. Okay, so we're gonna go into this temple here, and we're gonna probably get attacked immediately by this guy. We've had some pretty dicey combat with the Shaohole as a result of Felix Apprentice here. Um, he kind of runs off and does his own thing, so we'll see how this goes. So we're just gonna. All right. Baldazar's Razor. Okay, so got some items here. We can Black Pants of the Shadows. Okay, I think those are better than the Elven breeches that we currently have. And then we've got, looks like 2 chests here. Yep, that's what I've read as well. You're right, empty chest. Oh, we got a little bit. So a Shield of Fortitude. Okay, so Wounding Bite or Wounding Bit. Okay. That might be a little bit better. So we've just got some basic Shaohole weaponry here. So nothing to write home about. So we're just gonna do this. We'll have a chat with him. He's kind of become our loot mule, as it were. Just so we're not using too much of our valuable inventory space. Most of the stuff can probably get dropped, honestly, but this game lets you play around with fashion and whatnot quite a bit. So we're gonna. So let's see. We gotta walk more over here. Okay, still not enough room. So we're gonna have to play around a little. These take quite a bit of space, actually, so. Yeah, still not enough, eh? That's what he's being used as right now. I don't wanna make him feel bad, but that is, for our intents and purposes, that is currently what he is. Okay, so that gives us a little bit of space there. Put that there. That's the problem, is this scroll is so let's try, just put the scroll right here, that right there, and then we can do this. There we go. That gives us enough space. Just want it in our inventory so that we can compare and contrast, because right now our restriction is 43. And our max restriction on a lot of these weapons is 45. Yeah. And even this one, let's see. So attack recovery is 16. We got 4 to 12 crushing, 5-15 cutting, 4-8 stun. And this boy is 2 to 4 piercing, 6 to 13 crushing. We have no cutting. Our 2 to 4 cold buffer, and then we have 6 to 13 stun. And then our attack recovery is 15, which I believe is actually better. But I like keeping the rare weapons just cuz, basically. And then attack recovery. Yeah, so lower attack recovery is faster. So the axe is actually slower than our mace. So this is the Shield of Fortitude. That actually lowered our restriction. Okay, so that is going to stay because it actually ups our strength, our constitution, gives us a positive to hit recovery, defense, and plus 8 to restriction. That's why. Or no, that wouldn't be why. That's just what that is, the restriction of the item. And then overall, I would say, because of the magic, it is better. Okay, so black pants. So 4 coordination, 2 constitution, 3 mysticism, 1 perception, 10 mana, 1 restriction. This is actually a negative to our strength. We do get coordination. We get a negative to constitution. Yeah, okay, so Black Pants of Shadow are better. So we will throw those on. And we'll keep the Elven Leather Breeches for a rainy day. Or we could throw them on Felix Apprentice, but I didn't really see any benefit to mysticism or anything like that. We also have nearly 100 training points as well, so if we find that we're deficient anywhere, I've been saving up pretty much all of the training points from this area. That's the Studded Warhammer. Okay. Let's just save our game, just so we don't have to deal with all that inventory shenanigans all over again. So, this is the Lish. Sep, you probably know this. You seem to actually know more about the game than I do. But the Lish cannot actually be attacked in this area. That's why he's highlighted yellow instead of red. And if you did end up attacking him in this area, you would, frankly speaking, just be in for a very bad time. So we're just going to move on, and we are going to fight the skeletons. So on my other... Oh, he's woken up. All right, time for a fight. Okay, here we go. Alright, come on. Let's go. There we go. Come on. There we go. Thank goodness for Felix Apprentice. Actually, Sep, you might find this funny. When I played this game, initially, I was playing as a scout, and I played the game solo. So, I ended up having a very hard time with, before my stealth stat was at 50, which is kind of your minimum, check with the game to actually get a stealth modifier. Everything before 50 is kind of, you're basically not even hidden. So I was playing solo like that, and it was just not a good time. I remember the first time I encountered those skeletons. I basically sat there for like the better part of 30 minutes, desperately just trying to get a good hit. I ended up hitting a glitch in the game where the skeleton just sat there and he kept casting a buff on himself, and I was able to just slowly pick at him with arrows and go from there. Yeah, you should have seen him, Sep, you should have seen him when we were in this area. I would just be sitting. Yeah. Yeah. So now my stealth character is absolutely broken because he's got like 70 stealth, and once I cast Shadow, I'm basically invincible. Um, but in this area right here, we would beat some enemies, say like right here, and then Felix Apprentice would like run up over here, and he would trigger like all of these enemies to come after us, and I'd be trying to basically stop him from getting killed. So I'd be sitting there with like 8 enemies attacking me all at once. And luckily, he was casting Aura of Iron and Heal on me, so I ended up surviving those fights, but was not a good time. Um, okay, so he's still not here. This is super strange. I might have to, yeah, I might have to backtrack. Because, what ended up happening is I came up here because I remember this is where the seer is being held by the Shawl. Um, and he is not here yet, so I don't know if I haven't done enough to trigger his reappearance or what, but I haven't been able to find the seer yet. Okay, he'll be there later. I'm wondering if it matters if I've killed all the Shahul there. I don't wanna do too much, because I do have a save right before I went up there. This guy right here. So it wouldn't be too much for me to basically go back to this save and then do those fights that we just did. Okay, so if it doesn't matter, then I'm just going to go to the crypt. Actually, I wonder. They're probably going to have some good loot in the crypt. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to Avalon. I'm going to unencumber myself of some of this inventory that we've built up and put some weapons away into the chests I'm using for storage. And then we'll go from there. We'll go into the crypt. Okay. So what got you into this game, Sep? Since you're the only one in chat, I might as well get to know you a little bit better. This is a pretty niche game at this point. Not a lot of people remember it, so I'm frankly I'm pleasantly surprised that that I've got a viewer that knows so much about this game. Okay, so we'll go to the Outer Keep. First big game you owned. When was that? When you were a kid? Kinda like me? Okay, so this tower shield is no longer really necessary. So we'll just do this. Go like this. Probably just sell this guy. Whereabouts whereabouts do you hail from? Are you North America or? Kind of curious because I was looking at Twitch and I see that a lot of there's actually a lot of people in Europe that are way more into Germany. Okay. Yeah, so there's a lot of people in Europe that they're super into this game, unlike a lot of North Americans. I find none of my friends really know what this game is. And then I expose them to it and they're like, "Oh my god, like how did I not know this existed? This game is brilliant." Okay, so let's Hasselhoff effect. That's good. Okay. There and back for the first time. We'll just throw that there for the sake of it. We don't really need to store all this stuff, but whatever. Just for the heck of it, we'll put it away. All right. So then I guess we'll make our way to the Merchants of the Inner Bailey, which I have to go to the Inner Keep to access. And then we'll sell a bunch of our stuff. Not that you really need much gold in this game, but whatever, we've got it, so might as well sell it. Okay, so we got serrated broadsword, tower shields, and that clears a lot of our space. Is the Morningstar really worth keeping? Not really. Not really. So we'll sell that as well. We'll go over to the Mage's Apprentice. We'll keep a couple of these cloaks just for fashionability. We'll sell these green pants. Those aren't really required. Keep the dagger. And we'll sell those. And again, not that we really have to keep any of this stuff. I'm in awareness of that. It's just this game lets you play around with the fashion of your character quite a bit. So I like the idea of being able to keep things and play around with that a little bit. Okay, so we'll just give him a little bit more. A little bit more space, like that. Okay. Actually, I'm pretty sure he gets training points as well. Okay. I know that your side characters do level up. I just wasn't sure if you got the power over adjusting their stats, and it looks like he's been adjusting his own, if I'm not mistaken. Haven't really been keeping track of his stats too much, but I have an absolute ton. So, and we're gonna have more because we're about to go to the crypt here, and that is gonna be quite a bit. Adjusting towards my stats. All right. I'm very fortunate to have you here, Sep, because otherwise I was sitting here just reading like walkthroughs of the game that were written in like 2002. And just you missed the start of the stream, so I'll just let you know. I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's like North American time. That's a 2-hour stream. I have a job, so I'm not really able to stream terribly long on those days. And then on Saturday, I stream 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you have some friends that are also into this game, or if you feel like watching a little more frequently, that'd be awesome. After I finish Siege of Avalon, my plan is to play a lot of. I really like older, dialogue-heavy, story-driven games. So Siege of Avalon, the first couple Baldur's Gate games are some games I'm really into. Icewind Dale is another good one. Obviously, Baldur's Gate 3 is brilliant, so I'll end up playing that eventually as well. And games like not necessarily, like, those are games that are very much kind of same camera angle and that kind of thing to this. But in addition to that, playing like Fable, that's a game I really like. Gothic is another one. I don't know what it is about me, but I like a lot of games that not a lot of people, it hasn't stayed on people's radar for whatever reason. Um, okay, so we got some enemies here. So, yeah, the whole idea of this stream is playing games that don't get a lot of exposure in popular culture on streaming and video platforms. Um, this game obviously is the namesake of my entire channel, so it kind of made sense that I play this first. Um, but yeah, that is it's gonna be that's gonna be the intent going forward. There we go. Okay, I wonder why he was so difficult to hit. 1 to 6, 1 to 8, 1 to 8, 1 to 5. Let's see how that compares to my current helmet. Yeah, not much better. So I'll keep my great helm. All right. Yeah, you know, and that's kind of what it is, Sep. I just love the character of these games. Nothing really compares to them in my view. Um, there we go. Is that friendly fire? I felt like that was friendly fire. Okay, and then I think I've done all the training that I can. Okay, so it looks like we get one training point a pop with these guys. Okay, what do we want to do here? I've got a lot of training points, so I want to save a lot for Chapter 4, because I know Chapter 4 relies quite a bit on stealth modifiers. So I want to save as much as I can. I do want to be able to play Chapter 4, just so that you guys can see it. But as of right now, stealth doesn't really serve me. So, but I'm gonna need a lot of points to overcome these negative stats here. Obviously, I can kind of rejig my my loadout as well. I can change out my armor and everything, but as of right now, I'm playing a tanky fighter, so we're gonna maintain that playstyle as much as possible. Come on. This guy is just absolutely crapping on us. Okay, we got him stuck in a bit of a healing loop here. There we go. Yeah, like mages are an absolute pain. Going through this okay, sounds good. We'll see you in a bit, Sep. Alright, so we're doing okay for health right now. There we go. Doing a little bit better. Okay, so let's keep going this way. Actually, wait a sec. I'm trying to remember. I think the door to the next area is here. So we'll do this. We'll go over this way. Okay, hidden room right here. I'm calling it. Boom, there we go. Okay, so Fedora of the Deceiver. So this is clearly a scout item, because it lowers your healing rate and stuff. Got a rotten shield. Okay, well, I'll leave that. Take the gold ring, because that'll be worth something. Yeah, I might as well just take this, just to say I did. Got a stone dagger. Emerald ring. Okay. Ruby ring. Okay, so that's just going to be for gold. Take these guys down. Oh, right after Sepp leaves, we start getting into some interesting. Of course, he leaves me. Come on, buddy. Cast some. Give me some love. Come on. Oh, come on. Gotta take this mage down. Yeah, okay. Come on. Yeah, I feel like I'm about to lose here. Let's save. Because I feel like I'm still at the point where I can get myself out of this. There we go. Wow. Woo! Sepp, I hope you watch that in the VODs, because that was major. Alright. Okay, so where, again, I think we encountered a mage down here. See if he's got any items. Mages are kind of your best bet for getting items that are actually worth something. Okay, let's wait for Felix Apprentice to gain some beneficial mana. So that just ups our entire defense. So that's just heat. Yeah, that's... Let's swap that out. Much, much better item. Ring of health. That's 10 hit points. As opposed to glowing diamond ring. Yeah, we'll stick to that. Let's save, just because that was a hell of a fight. He should have a decent amount of mana at this point. Took him down. Go. We just broke 100 training points. All right. Okay. Got a one-hitter. There we go. Okay, let's just make sure we're doing a full clear here. Don't wanna have any stragglers giving us grief. Oh, yeah, see what I mean? Speaking of stragglers giving us grief. Okay, took that mage down. Okay, we are going to have to wait for a sec while Felix Apprentice does a little bit of healing. He took a bit of a nasty hit there, and he's got literally no beneficial defensive stats. Let's see. 1 to 6, 1 to 7, 1 to 8. That would be better. Yeah, like a ruby red gauntlet would be. But, let's see. Negative stealth, negative attack recovery. That does give him a boost to coordination, though. Book of the Elements. So he's already got one. He's got a Mage's Companion. And then he's got a Ring of Protection. Okay, we can't give him another Book of the Elements. That gives him a better healing rate. Sacrificial Dagger there. More hit points. 1 to 6, 0 to 4. Oh, I see. It's not actually a... doesn't actually count as a weapon. That's unfortunate, because I'd rather replace his ring there, but... Alright. Okay, well, we'll let him do a little bit of healing. Okay. So he's in pretty good shape. Let's see. Doesn't really tell us if they're a mage or not. I'm assuming this guy's gonna be a mage, so we're gonna want see, I wonder if I can just, there we go. Does no damage. He's probably using a pickaxe. Okay. Okay, so next fight I'm probably contending with... Yeah. Called it. Come on. Dang. Got a couple good hits on me. Come on. This game, you're kind of just hoping for the best, honestly. Okay, that gets rid of the fighter at least. There we go. Lucky I managed a one-hit KO there. It's a fine Great Helm. I reckon this guy is also a mage. Wonder... I suppose I could cast, like, Sneak on him. And then we can, or, sorry, Shadow is the name of the spell. I could cast Shadow. And then, just have him... So I'm gonna try that. I'm interested to see what happens there. Charge. Doesn't really do anything. Okay, so that was kind of mediocre. So we're not going to do that again. And then I reckon we'll spend our training points, or at least some of them, when we encounter the scouts ghoul. I'm starting to itch a little bit. I wanna spend some training points. Hey Titan, how's it going? We have a viewer from Germany as well. He actually knows a lot more about this game than I do. It's quite impressive. He's been helping me out with my limited memory on the game. Oh, jeez. Okay. You're not my lucky charm, Titan. I died right after you showed up to the chat. Oh, wait. Oh, did I not save? Oh, no. All right. Okay, gotta do some fighting all over again. I will take the one-hit KO. I will take it all day long. Definitely saving after that. Oh, here we go. Great. Come on. Let me loose! Come on. Let's go. Don't let him kill me. Not again. Not again. Come on. You can do it. I believe in me. Oh. Yep, totally not your fault. Come on, take him down. Come on. Get some good hits. Let's go. Thank God. Take that Mage's Companion. It's kind of crappy loot considering how much of a hard time he gave me, but whatever, I'll take it. Okay, so it looks like we've mapped out the whole area. We've just got 1, 2, possibly 3 more enemies here. Yeah, there's 3. Oh, man. Getting wrecked here. Jeez. Oh, that's why. One of them's a mage. It's not focusing down the right enemy. Alright, so which one? So that boy right there is the mage. Alright. Well, let's wait for Felix Apprentice to get a little bit more magic power. And then we can go from there. See if he's got any... Okay, so he'll adjust when we go to the next stage. Get a little bit stronger. Alright. Alright, whenever I'm ready. Leroy Jenkins. Leroy Jenkins! Oh my god. This is terrible. Oh. Come on, get the mage. Yes! Alright. I'm gonna save mid-combat, even though that's a really bad idea. Come on. Come on. There. Haven't clicked this much in my life. Jeez. Whew. Alright, and the mage, hopefully, he does. He has a ring of protection from electricity. Okay. Let's see. Is this... Don't think that's a secret room. All right. So we've cleared this level. Oh. Oh no, that's just loot. Okay. And okay, so that's just the... That is just the way to walk down. Okay, so probably loads more enemies here. Go. Oh, I really want to spend some training points. I'm getting the itch. I've beat so many enemies. I've got loads, but the problem is it's like it won't actually get me that many levels is the thing, because like these you start at like 4 points level and then you slowly make your way up to like 5 points, 6 points. So like 119 will get... Hey Sep, how's it going? We'll actually get a lot of levels out of this. It's just kind of like not really sure if I'm gonna get enough bang for my buck. And again, I want to save enough points so that I'm gonna be effective in chapter 4. And again, I can mess with my armor so that I'm basically turning myself from a fighter into like a stealth character essentially. But I don't want to spend too many points on that because Emily, when I started this series, she was the only one in chat and she helped me design the character, and she wanted Grumples to be a fighter. So I'm trying to stick within that restriction. But chapter 4 is just a straight up bad time if you don't have any stealth. So but again, I've got so many points. I'm wondering like obviously I can dump into strength. Coordination wouldn't be a bad idea because that would up my attack speed by a decent margin. Actually, let's just say, for example, I was going to spend all of my points on that. Okay, so it really just brings my attack speed down by like 2. So that's... Yeah, like that's not really like a terribly effective... Like watching my secondary modifiers, it wasn't really that much of a bonus. Now, obviously, if I went ham on like the combat skill, all of a sudden my attack's up to like 67, right? But you get a lot more bang for your buck when you go to trainers. And in chapter 3, I want to say, there's a really good fighting trainer. And I want to make sure I've got enough points. Like, at the end of the day, he's probably only going to cost me like 50 points, but at the same time, I don't want to... Yeah. You guys take my point. I'm kind of beating this to death. Okay. You missed some pretty spicy combat there, Sep. Felix Apprentice got me into some pretty dire straits there. A lot of mages on the first level of the crypt, as you no doubt know. I'm doing okay against their fighters, as long as I don't get mobbed too hard. But their magic users are really messing me up right now. Gonna have gonna have to focus a little bit on my resistances. Actually, I wonder... Okay, so I've got the Ring of Protection, which gives me kind of mass protection against everything to a maximum of 2%. I've got a Heat Protection. And then I've got the Glowing Diamond Ring. That's bonus to hit points. That's base to heat. That's electric. Was this? Okay, so that's about as... Honestly, that's about as good as it's gonna get for now. Gotta focus on moving, getting some fresh items. Luckily, most of the enemies on this level seem to be fighters. I'm just trying to pay attention to who's a... This guy might be a mage, but I'm pretty sure I see a pickaxe. So I think I am probably okay. Yeah. Okay, where are you going, sir? This is why I played solo when I was a scout. You cannot be trusted. You are down here for the express purpose of getting me killed. Although I suppose you do cast some good buffs once in a while. I don't know why that charge spell is even a thing. It does nothing. Okay, let's save, because this guy is wilding out on me. Need to make sure I stay alive. But this is also, frankly speaking, this is why I didn't bring another fighter with me, because they're just gonna get in a lot of trouble. Like, what's happening to me right now, where I'm getting literally mobbed by enemies, I'm okay with that, because I've kind of geared my stats and my kit around that. But if I, like, say if I, the last stream, I had the option of, bringing Sardinodon into my party. You know, if he gets mobbed, he's probably gonna die. And not that that necessarily matters, I guess. It's not like he's 100% vital to the story, but I don't know. I like to identify as a good person and try not to get people killed. Where are you going? Felix Apprentice, you unnamed bastard! Come back here. Give me your boofs. I need your boofs. Alright. Thinking mage? Nope, just unarmed. Alright. I will accept that. Okay. And this is, you know, chat, this is another reason that this game was not the most enthralling back in the day. The combat doesn't get as spicy as other games, right? It's kind of more simplistic. The spiciest it gets is when your NPC just runs off and either gets himself or you killed. But I do like I definitely like playing the scout more, I gotta say. You know, being able to be absolutely broken where you're just picking off enemies. That is after your stealth skill gets to like 80, plus the shadow spell. But once you get to that like broken place of nobody can see me, you're basically unstoppable. It's absolutely insane. This, I feel, especially like later chapters, I'm gonna have a really hard time because I'm essentially just a pincushion. I have to sit there and take hits. That's the whole reason I exist. And you need characters like Felix Apprentice that are there in order to make sure that you're buffed up. Yes, I will say that. When you're playing 1080p, it's definitely an exercise in restraint with the clicks, because when you're playing as the fighter, because you're just standing there, I can just sit there, right? Whereas if I'm doing that as the scout, I'm not going to be hitting anything. And if I misclick instead of attacking the enemy, I'm gonna actually run at them, and then they are gonna see me, and then it's bad, because as the scout you have literally no defensive anything. It's kind of, at least as a mage, you can like arguably cast protection from all and Aura of Iron on yourself, but as the scout, it's once you're seen, you're honestly better off just exiting the stage and trying to find like another area to come in and attack them from a different angle. Just basically just restart your whole sneaking process. But yeah, I don't dislike the fighter. I'm having fun, but it's definitely like I'm not looking forward to the boss of this stage being the scout, the Lish's ghoul. That's gonna be really difficult. I might have to look at buffing some of my stats to maybe get through that fight. A lot of unarmed skeletons in this area. Last area, basically everyone was armed. Okay, attack him. Yeah, another one. Just totally unarmed. I will say, though, I do have to play this in full HD, because I tried playing it in the original resolution on my 1920 by 1080 screen, and that was so rough. I couldn't see anything. I was basically just like zeroed right in on my character, just like, hello? Alright, come, pack mule who occasionally casts spells. Yeah, at least that was a little bit sporting. Oh, it's missing for you. I had, in a previous stream, I had someone complain the music was too loud. Let's, I didn't even realize the music was missing. I'm very sorry, Sep. Let me know if you can hear it now. That is, that's a crime, because the soundtrack to this game is excellent. It's one of my favorite parts of this game. I absolutely love, I love the soundtrack. Yeah, I didn't even realize. You know what I probably did? During the intro, I probably didn't want, the desktop sound playing, and I forgot to turn it back on. So that's my fault. That is 100% my bad. Alright. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is where... this is the boss fight. Okay. So again, it's not like this is skill-based gameplay or anything, but you can do some hit-and-run clicking, so I'll do my best to make sure that we don't get absolutely destroyed here. She's a very, very mean woman, and she will cause much pain. Hopefully the buffs from Felix Apprentice are going to be enough here. Whew. I don't even want to do this. This is, okay, I've got protection from all. I'm going to cast that on myself here. Let's see how we do. Oh man, I'm getting wrecked right now. Not enough heals. Whew. It's that attack speed. It's just too much. I wonder if I switch to a faster weapon. Because right now I'm running a mace, which is like, what's my attack recovery? It's 15. And the average sword in this game is going to be like 7. So, yeah, maybe I need to go back to Avalon and, Lydia, that's her name. I never, like, it didn't say, when I was walking everyone through, kind of the housekeeping at the start of the stream, I wasn't, it didn't say her name right here, and I didn't feel like going back to my adventure notes to find out her name again. But I knew it was Lydia, because I was like, for some reason, I think it's Lydia, but that's Skyrim, that's not Siege of Avalon, is what I said to myself, but, okay, Lydia. Yeah, that's, I'm wondering, because I've got plenty of, I've got 155 training points right now. So, it's not like there's nothing I can do. I can definitely buff a couple stats so that I either hit harder or I hit faster. Or I could go back to Avalon and grab one of those swords that I stowed away, because the attack recovery time is much quicker on that. But unfortunately, there's no really like fast travel out of the crypts. Like, you guys would have to put up with me basically walking all the way back to the cave exit to Avalon. So I want to avoid that if I can. I don't know, chat, what do you think? Should I try to buff my primary stats, or should I go back to the Citadel and grab a sword to replace my mace? What do you think? Because there's many ways that I can do this here, and I'm not really 100% on what I should do here. Yeah, my constitution's fairly good. You know, I could buff that up a little bit. Oh, they adjusted my stats. Okay, so it's not like I can buff myself and all of a sudden I'm god tier and they cannot defeat me. But it does give me an edge where I can... So maybe I do grab a sword as opposed to a mace, just to get that faster, because Lydia's ghoul is attacking just so much faster than I am, and that's what's getting me killed, because I was actually doing fairly decent damage. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe we just try our luck again, see if we score a vital hit or something. Come here. Let's go. Whew. Oh, bad time. Okay, just let him heal me a bunch. Oh! Ho ho ho! Bellic's Apprentice coming in clutch with the hold spell. Yes! I love you, man. Freaking love you. We got us a bone club. Oh wow. How did you learn so much about this game, Sep? You are a wealth of knowledge, sir. So 8 to 16, 3 to 6, 1 to 7. Source code. Alright. Fair enough. Attack recovery is 20. Negative charm. It's not really... is that worth arming? 8 to 16, 3 to 6, 1 to 7. No. I would say I'm about equivalent with the Mace of Frozen Barbs, so I will keep that. So, should I take that to mean that back in the day you were messing with the code of this game to give yourself superior restrictions and stuff? Okay, so real quick, one thing I do remember is that if I walk up into this area close to the stone here, the Lish is going to appear. So I don't want to do that right now, because there's no way to actually physically beat the Lish. You have to. I don't want to spoil too much of the story, but you don't want to fight the Lish right now. I'm not familiar with Delphi 4, Sep. Is that some sort of coding, or is that a handle one of your friends uses? The compiler, okay. Sorry, I'm not much of a tech whiz. I'm a player of video games. I'm an appreciator of the art form, but definitely not adept in programming languages. I did dabble. Like I said, my friend messed with this game quite a bit back in the day. I did at one point know how to go into the HTML files of the game and essentially just make my character utterly broken, but I haven't done that in ages, so I wouldn't even know where to start. And frankly speaking, the whole purpose of this playthrough is to kind of play the game as intended, warts and all. You know, if the game has any broken mechanics or anything like that, this stream is meant to show that. It's meant to show people what the game was actually like. Alright, so we got Lydia here. Alright, you'll pardon me, I don't do any good female voices, so I'm not gonna try and butcher a feminized voice. I'm just gonna try and navigate this dialogue as best I can. Thank you so much. Now listen. Doubtless, you've heard of our expedition. Obviously, we were not prepared for what we met down here, which was a rather large Aho force. No one knew that there was anything down here that would seek our demise. But they chose to party... pardon me. No one knew there was anything down here that would seek our demise, but they chose to party the seer with a scout and a knight, just in case. There must have been a whole fist of those barbarians in here. Do you have any idea how the Aho got in here? No, but that's not even the worst part. I was told the Earthstone was important, but I was curious, so I just had to ask why. I was informed that the Earthstone has the capability to destroy Avalon, put in the wrong hands. Put that together with the fact that the Ahol are here, and there's your wrong hands. So what happened to your group? The Ahol set upon us instantly. They weren't surprised to see us there, and they must have recognized what Waynar was by his clothing, for they took care not to injure him. Our party's knight felled more than a few of them before he was taken. By this time, our knight had already verbally forsaken his life, and charged me with getting Waynar to safety. Don't blame yourself, Spirit. You were horribly overwhelmed. We ran as fast as we could, and when the Ahol caught up with me, I told the seer to run, and that I would hold them off. Some job I did. In my dying gurgle, I witnessed him being taken prisoner. The last thing I remember hearing before I slipped away and became a ghost was one of the Shahol saying, "Take him above." The seer had located the Earthstone earlier. I'm just glad we hadn't retrieved it before the Ahol descended upon us, or we'd have practically given it to them. I'm sure you'll want to report to Sir Roth as soon as possible. I will leave now. The Elysian fields beckon again. Correct, Spirit. Rest in peace. Alright. That's true. I could find some bugs. Actually, okay. This might be something you're interested in. This game doesn't seem to like to run in full screen. Whenever I started Thursday's stream, and I tried to start it up, and the stream basically outright died on me. The game just wouldn't render. I was basically left with a blank screen, and I had to restart my computer. So I don't seem to run into that issue whenever I'm running in windowed mode. But I do need to work out a way to essentially get rid of the border on my windowed mode, just for your viewing pleasure. But yeah, that is definitely something that could be patched. Just a better full screen mode that tolerates being tabbed out of. That'd be a big one for me. Okay, so I reckon the seer is now going to be up here. And we have some fresh enemies. Alright. So I guess we will save our game. Arm ourselves. And then we're going to Leroy Jenkins it. Leroy Jenkins! Oh, of course you go right for my mage. God, you all suck. Oh, jeez. Come here. You are lucky I like you, Felix Apprentice. Or you would have been dead a long time ago. Alright. Nothing I really would care to grab there. Like I said, the mages tend to have the best loot, but that is not always the case. Alright. Okay, we'll talk to the seer.
Thank you, the good spirits. I've been rescued. Let's get out of here.
Not so fast, Wizened One. I must know where the Earthstone is located before I can bring you back to General Roth.
The Lich is in possession of the Earthstone.
What in blazes is the Lich?
A very powerful undead creature. It looks rather like an undurfed zombie, or a zombie that aspires to be a skeleton. But it is much more fearsome than some idiotic animated corpse. It has the ability to create undead servants out of corpses, no matter the age of them. I've seen it using the stone for ritual. Such horrible noises, such...
That's enough. Where's the Lich located? What are his defenses?
You don't think you could destroy that thing, do you? This creature's so powerful. In fact, it has been classified as immortal since no one has ever destroyed one. The Lich will be the one doing the destroying. If it cannot be destroyed, we will neutralize it some other way. Very well. Walk to your death if you wish, but I shall not be part of such suicidal activity. The Lich spends most of his time in the center of the ancient temple. If it isn't deeper in the crypt near some other stone, it might be using in conjunction with the Earthstone. You will know it when you see it, but you will die soon after. The temple proper has 2 semicircular sections. It looks like some sort of large insect's head and thorax. You must enter through the southern section in order to proceed to the Lich's lair. Can we go home now? One more question, Seer. Why didn't the owl kill you outright? I suppose it's because they recognized my clothing and knew I could be useful to them. I wasn't, though. I wasn't here when they were. Well, I just sort of phased out. Can we go back now? Certainly, Osir. The entrance to the south gate is just north of here. General Roth will wish to speak to you personally. All right. So, we should, I believe at this point, go back to speak to General Roth. So, might as well just follow the course of the seer here. Oh. Oh, of course we got vor worms. Ah, come on. I wasn't paying attention. Alright. Well, let's throw our weapons on. And now I know there's going to be vor worms. I'll be able to fight back. Jeez. Thank goodness. Oh, here we go. Alright. Felix Apprentice, I am going to require some healing spells from you, sir. You just running off and doing whatever the hell you want is not, not very helpful. Damn. Wonder why they're so powerful. I was able to beat Vorworms, oh, that's right. They buff to my current level, so these Vorworms are actually literally more powerful. Yay. Alright. Well, let's just stand, I guess, right here, then. Because I feel like this is going to... Well, I guess I could just run away from them. That is... Oh, yeah, but... Damn. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna try and just run away from them, I think. As much as I hate to do it, it's against my... It's against my way of doing things, but... Okay, at least they're chasing me and not, not our mage friend. Some wolves. I'll be able to slay these guys fairly easily. There we go. Okay, so we're nearing the end of the chapter, I think. There we go. So we'll talk to General Roth. And then he will commission us to go slay the Lich, I think. And then we'll be able to progress to the end of the chapter. Alright. Now, I think I've learned everything I can from this guy, but I know that there is a fighting trainer
Right, yeah, right here. Yeah, so he's got nothing else to offer me. So we'll see if the trainer... See if the trainer in the inner keep... I believe he's on... Yeah, he's on level 2. See if he offers anything else that I haven't taken already. No, I've taken all his training. Alright, so we'll make our way to General Roth, report everything to him. Just thought of a new voice for him. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Zap Brannigan for Futurama. The incompetent captain. I think that would be a humorous voice for General Roth, so I'm going to try that. What have you to report, lad? I know what we're up against in the basement. I found the courier. He drew steel and died at my feet, and I have retrieved the letter. That seems to be the order of the day. Traitors at every turn. This is ridiculous. I wish Oberon had taken all his little buddies with him straight to the pits of Acheron. You have done well, lad. Have you anything else to report? I know what we're up against. I see. This one's yours, kid. You've been dying to prove yourself all this time. I can see it in your eyes. And now's your chance. Your assignment is to neutralize the Lish situation. I know little about Lishes. Most of what I've heard has been told in hushed tones around the campfire. And through a haze of mead. I'm afraid I cannot help you much in this matter. Since Filius is our resident expert on the undead, perhaps any resolution will require his expertise. So you'll definitely want him in your group. Not that I believe the Shahul could defeat such a creature, but we must assume that since everyone except ourselves could and might use the Earthstone to destroy Avalon, we must be its custodians. I'm on the task. Farewell. Grumbles, prepare to take the blame. Now. Alright. So that's all our training, so might as well make our way down, talk to Filius. Try to remember what voice I used for Filius. Probably some variation of the insane old guy voice I had. Again, by no means a professional voice actor, just trying to do my best to keep the dialogue interesting. So we'll save our game. You have encountered my friend, or anything interesting? Specimens of undead in the ruins? I have some rather dark news for you, Mage Filius. What have you discovered in your exploration? I have been able to sense the presence of a powerful undead, but I've been unable to identify its type. I'm sorry to tell you, Filius, but your friend has gone to her final reward. I did talk to Sir Carleon. I did take all his training, so I think we're waiting until chapter 3 to when we can talk to that trainer in the chapter. What have you discovered in your exploration? I've been able to sense the presence of a powerful undead, but I've been unable to identify its type. I'm sorry to tell you, Filius, but your friend has gone to her final reward. She was briefly a ghost. I have freed her by slaying the zombie created from her body. Dead? How could that be so? She was the only person who ever tried to understand my work. Now she has doubtless gained the ultimate insight into my consuming passion. I will miss her dearly, even as part of me is jealous that she has crossed over to the land of mysteries. The place I seek to chart through tiny glimpses is now her home. At least I could take some comfort in my knowledge of her and my limited understanding of the afterlife.
She's in a brighter place now. That much I know. Given time, I will know much more. We two will speak again. You should take comfort in the fact that the knowledge you shared with her helped to reveal how to free her spirit. Before she left, she did tell me something of the being that transformed her body. She said it was a very powerful undead being. Within the ruins, there's a terribly powerful menace with an artifact of unknown power, and I believe your skills might aid in defeating it. From the Sir Waynar, I have learned that it is most probably a Lich. A Lich? That is an extremely rare and dangerous undead indeed. Such a being will be incredibly difficult to overcome. But I will gladly share what little I know about these fell creatures. They are among the most powerful of all undead. Generally sorcerers who sought to extend their lives beyond their natural span. They retain much of their power and intelligence, but their bodies are rotting hulks. Also, they often create guardians, known as Watchers, to protect them while they are occupied. What are these Watchers like? They are powerful undead in their own right, and they are absolutely loyal to their master. You will find one to be a powerful adversary. Even if you are able to overcome them, you must still face the awesome power of the Lich. Liches are nearly invulnerable, but they do have a solitary weakness. What is this weakness you speak of? Their link to the mortal plane, and the source of much of their power is a receptacle known as a Lich stone. The stone is generally impervious to damage, and since it's the vessel for the Lich's soul, zealously guarded. However, when the stone and the Lich come within a short distance of one another, the soul somehow realizes its unnatural state and resists its bindings. Then, for a brief period, the stone may be destroyed, releasing the Lich's anchor to the mortal plane. Of course, this is entirely theoretical, as I've never personally encountered such a powerful denizen of the afterlife. How do I get the Lich and the stone together? I would be honored to accompany you when you return to the ruins, as I have recently uncovered a spell which should allow me to summon the most powerful undead in a specific area. Though I would like to test it more thoroughly, I can't pass up a fine opportunity to witness such a rare being. Also, if you can keep the Lich from me for a short time, I should be able to destroy the Lich Stone. This will sever the creature's tie to the land of the living and, with any luck, send its soul to a long-denied rest. Your help may be crucial in defeating this blight. I gratefully accept your aid, wise Felius. And we're off. Back to the crypts. Okay, might as well save the game, just so we don't have to undergo all that dialogue. Also, chat, if you do find my amateur VA work to be annoying and you'd just rather me read, just let me know. I'll more than happily turn it down a notch. Just figure it's a little more interesting than just me reading passively as if we were all reading a book. Thank you. I appreciate that, Seb. I don't know how it's, I know how it sounds to me, but, you know how your voice, like if you plug your ear, you don't sound like yourself to yourself? Because it's actually how you sound to other people? That's kind of where I'm at with this. I'm just like, you know, how do I actually sound over the microphone? I'm not entirely sure, so...
I appreciate the feedback at every opportunity. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna make our way back to... I don't think we go to the temple. I think we go to the crypt. So I'm gonna try that. See if that is our if that's our solution to this matter. Just let you guys enjoy the music for a bit while I take the scenic route. Yeah, I agree, Sep. It's again, like, it's not like I don't like my speaking voice. It's more I'm unfamiliar hearing it in the way that you guys hear it. But I'll just I'll put it that way. I do on occasion watch my VODs after a stream just to see kind of what the quality was like, that kind of thing. But okay, so we're almost there, and I think all of my people are stuck. Okay, here we go. Sense a powerful magic in this area. Follow me. Okay, so we're gonna save. We will follow him. So again, the if the dialogue hasn't been obvious, chat, the Lish is invulnerable, so this is literally going to be me. Oh jeez. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Just wait for the spell to wear off. And that is, for all intents and purposes, likely the end of Chapter 2. See if he has anything of import. You know what? Just because, like I said, and I understand that this, to many of us, might seem disrespectful, but I am going to need some leather armor probably for Chapter 4. So I'm just going to grab these items just to make sure I've got something to wear. All right. So, then Lish is where? Ah, there he is. Okay, and now we'll get rid of that, because that's pretty much useless. Grab those. I believe that's all you can grab off the Lish. I don't see his staff. Is it, on the ground, maybe? Yeah, I'm not seeing his staff, Sep. I mean, I see it. It's right there. Oh, I see. Okay, so is that just on the ground, or... Make place in your inventory. You can... Ah, okay. I see. Okay, so we will talk to Weinar. We will make loads of space. Okay, that I feel like should be enough. Or that might be... Might have to... Vertical space. Gotcha. So we'll do this. Ha! There we go. Oh, so... Yeah, okay, so it just looks like a regular quarterstaff. Geez, I wonder how much stuff I was missing in people's inventories because of that. Alright. Well, I think we're good to move on. Actually, I should read the journal entry, just for the sake of it, because for people unlike Sepp who have never played this game before, it might be informative. So, Ilias's plan, despite my initial misgivings, has succeeded, but at a price. Shortly after Filius cast his mysterious spell, the Lich entered the room, and the Lich stone changed somehow. Almost imperceptibly. The Lich was detained long enough for Filius to decide the time was right to destroy the Lich stone. Once Filius was finished with the stone, the Lich dropped slowly to the ground, without comment. Its death was so sudden, so unspectacular, that at first, I was unsure that it had been destroyed. Moments passed in silence before I, or anyone, was sure that Filius's theory held true. But a palpable feeling of relief filled the area as the realization of the threat's elimination settled in. I turned to Filius to congratulate him, but my words fell on deaf ears. Filius had given entirely of himself to complete the spell. I rushed to him, but the life had long since left his body. It's almost a shame, especially now, that not everyone knew about the Lich. Doubtless, the news of its destruction would sing to them... pardon me, I lost myself. Doubtless, the news of its destruction would sting to them, or sing to them, of what the defenders of Avalon, and one man especially, are capable of. At any rate, the news will nonetheless be as music to General Roth's ears. Alright. I'll keep that in mind, Sepp. If ever I see a next button, I will take that as assurance. Alright. Just make sure I'm going the right way here. Alright. Yeah, so if memory serves, I believe that's it for chapter 2. Don't believe I've missed any quests. Sought all the traders out. I wonder, so Sepp said something pretty well spotted, that basically Osla deceived us, and we mistakenly got Sir Either arrested. So I'm gonna quickly go see whether or not, I don't know if I just need more perception. That could be a thing, maybe. See if maybe I can go back and right the ship, as it were. Make sure that I haven't made an innocent man go to jail. And then I'm just gonna... Been streaming for about 2 hours at this point. So after we do that little bit, I'm just gonna take a little breather just to grab a quick sandwich, and then I will be back. I wouldn't be gone for like 5 minutes. It'd be relatively quick. I just gotta make sure I'm taking care of myself is all. So this will take us... So, let's see. I think all of this was on the inner keep level 2. Sir Osla. Just attack Osla after Aether tells you be more persuasive with your pen or your sword. Okay, so I've already done that. And unfortunately, I was more persuasive with my pen, as it were. And I was convinced that Aether was the villain. So I have already spoken to King Rance and gotten Aether arrested, unfortunately. So I don't know if I can just attack him now. What's the news, kid? What's the news, kid? I spoke to the king, and Sir Aether is to be put on trial. Beyond that, I understand that no charges are to be filed against either of us. That's wonderful, kid. You have my gratitude. If either of you need my help, you have but to ask. Thank you, Sir Osla. I'll remember that. Oh, okay. Ugh. Makes me feel kind of bad, because obviously, if Aether's not in reality the traitor, that's unfortunate, but you're saying I get more training points for the wrong choice. So, I do find that interesting. You'd think the game would reward you for getting it right. Or perhaps, I mean, that is the thing about RPGs, right? There's ambiguity. So, perhaps the game, yeah, exactly. There's ambiguity to it. So, frankly speaking, it could go either way. So, all right. So, if that's the case, my conscience is clear, because nobody actually knows it's the right choice or not. And I will continue to General Roth. What have you to report, lad? The Lich no longer threatens Avalon, and I have the Earthstone. Excellent work, lad. I knew you'd come through for us. We will find a very secure place indeed to place the Earthstone. I can't express to you the relief I feel right now. I feel unburdened, and I cannot express my gratitude well enough with words. Well, I'm sure Felik and Elarath won't mind having to do their research and experiments under supervision? Experiments? Yes, of course. It can only harm us if we stay ignorant of the Earthstone, about the Earthstone and its mysteries. It can only harm us if we stay ignorant about the Earthstone and the mysterious link to the temple. At least, that's what Felik said. I couldn't keep him away from the cursed thing. I won't even attempt to tell you just how fascinated and excited he is about this. But fear not. This stone will be guarded like a holy item. You have done well. Again, I see no reason why you should not relax for the time being. You will hear from me when Avalon needs you next. Guarded like a holy item, eh? Like the chalice of life, hmm? So, chat, just for context, in Chapter 1, a literal holy item in Avalon, called the Chalice of Life, was lost when the Shahol invaded the village. It was in a chapel within the village, and one of the shaman had it on his person when we found out that they were digging in the basement of the chapel and the basement of the south gate to meet in the middle and invade Avalon. So this, although it seems innocuous if you have no context, this is a fairly tongue-in-cheek comment to the general. So this is essentially us being like, hey, General Roth, we don't actually respect you and the powers that be within Avalon. And then, of course, we could just be, thank you, sir, have you any other orders for me? But that wouldn't be interesting, so I'm going to be disrespectful. I'm going to disrespect my surroundings. Guarded like a holy item, eh? Like the chalice of life? It looks like a little bit of Wakian had rubbed off on you. Remember that you are not so well liked as he, yet. Curb that sarcasm, or it may stunt your growth. I meant to ask if you had any new orders for me, Sir Roth. Merely to meet me downstairs in a moment, lad. I have a council meeting to attend, and I, or my trusted page Entro, will doubtless have more information for you. Actually, I do have something new to report to you. Even though I don't. Congratulations on your successes. Please meet up with me downstairs in a moment. Grumples. I have a council meeting to attend, after which I, or my trusted page Intro, will doubtless have more news for you. Emily knew what she was doing when she gave us that name. She knew we'd be the ridicule of all of Avalon. What kind of a name is Grumples? Alright. Okay, so I'm just going to stop there for a quick 5-minute break. Yeah, I will be back in 5 after having a quick sandwich. See you soon. All right, we are back. Okay. So, Sarath has told us to meet him below for a meeting, which will then take us directly into Chapter 3 of Siege of Avalon. So, just going to go around and make sure that we are doing everything we can here.
Remember to take care of Apprentice. If you take him with you, fate is much more in store for him. Is there anything I can help you with?
I was wondering if you could tell me everything you know about the Lurkers.
Those creatures that inhabit the subterranean areas? I'm guessing you've seen your first one, eh? Well, not much. I know the darkest colored ones are the most frequently encountered variety, and that they are of animal intelligence, hostile, ferocious. There have been rumors that lighter colored versions exist, but no one has ever encountered one. Why do you ask?
Because I met one down there, and he spoke with me. I don't know if he's telling the truth, but as the first intelligent one I encountered... Hey, infectious crevasse.
It's very interesting. It may even be true. It's certainly believable, and it explains a lot. Thank you for the information, youngster. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me?
Not at this time, Felix. Farewell. Yeah, that's what I reckoned. But I give recognition just in case. Just in case it's someone, you know, being outlandish. Something like that. But yeah, normally bots. I did have my chat settings set to be a little more severe to like not let people talk for like, you know, 5 minutes after following or something like that, but I didn't want to take the opportunity for guys like you, Sep, to, you know, get a word in and say hi. So I ended up getting rid of those settings, and I'll have to figure out some other moderation settings to deal with bots. All right. So so I'm not able to... Makes me wonder... Not that I want to get rid of Felix Apprentice from my party, but at some point I'm sure that he does want to go to his naming, so might happen automatically, honestly. Not certain. All right. And let's make sure there's some chests in this area. We already looked at them all, took all the items that we need. Ended up getting the Heart Guardian from the Inner Bailey, so that's been taken care of. We're all good there. I think we are good to go. So we'll go to our quarters in the Outer Keep, and we will store some items. Just the neat stuff we want to keep. Just put all that away because it's kind of useless. Store those. This. Talk to Felix Apprentice. Some some of the stuff off of him. As well. Should be good to go there. Don't think I need the vest. Goes there. Don't really need the kite shield. Okay. Get rid of this. Sorry, just doing some inventory management. I know it is some enthralling stuff. There we go. Okay, I can sell those. Anything with a unique name, I like to keep. So, Balthazar's Razor. Okay, so that guy was a highwayman. That guy that I took down. Okay. So this is getting sold. Books like so. We'll just do that for now. Be aware that items will go missing if you put too many items in your chest, since they are saved as a string list, and their sorting won't be saved. Okay, cool. That is good to know. I haven't had an issue so far. Okay, chat, do you think I should just sell items that I'm not using? Or should I keep them? Because that's an option I'm willing to explore. I'm just keeping stuff because you know, some items like, you know, for example, Sword of Urza, I keep that. Just, you know, it's a unique name item. Obviously, there's multiple in the game. There's a second one right here, for example, but I'm just keeping things that are, here, I can sell these for sure. But yeah, unique items, I've just been keeping just because they're unique, but I am totally willing to start moving things along if I need to. A little more sorting like so. Save game. Sell a couple items, and then we'll go talk to General Roth. We'll engage in Chapter 3. We'll get it going. Actually, I'm fairly pleased with the progress we've made. I wasn't expecting to get quite this far. in the 4-hour stream. Okay, so we got a gold ring. Sell that. Emerald, ruby. Sell all that stuff. We're now up to 696 crowns. Rich man. Richest man in Avalon. Alright. Who's ready for chapter 3? Assuming... yeah, that's page intro. That's General Roth's page. Congratulations on your successes, Grumples. You've become a sought-after personality in Avalon. Now, for word travels fast, Sir Roth would like to see you immediately. Once he's done with you, whether you accept his mission or not, return to me, for as I said, you've become rather sought after, so I'm sure your skills will be used elsewhere. Thank you, Intro, and farewell. I mustn't keep Sir Roth waiting. Alright. Ah, it's good to see you, Grumbles. I have an assignment for you that will require you to travel outside the sight of Avalon's walls, lad. The path will be dangerous, but since you have chosen the path of the fighter, I know you have the courage and skill to succeed. I know you shall accept. Oh, I didn't know the dialogue was different in the German version. Yes, Sir Roth, I shall. But I must know what I am to do. I called you, specifically, for an important task because I need someone I can trust. Rumors have run their course, as always they shall, and they've created much havoc in their wake. I'd even go as far to say that my fellow officers have all adopted a very strong leaning towards paranoia. What does this paranoia have them believing? Many things. I'm sure you can imagine. But the thing I am most concerned with is the accusations they've made. Fingers are being pointed on and at every level. And some of them are directed at the two of us. What crime are we being accused of? Nothing's been formally filed, but rumors say. Nothing save that you and I are traitors. You know how rumors are. They get more distorted with every pair of ears they curse, and still, no one will come out and make any accusations. The rumors, and the charges, although informal, are as groundless as the Shahol religion, and are nothing to worry about for the time being. The fact remains that we know there are still traitors lurking about, lest we get framed or murdered. We'd best watch our backs. You mentioned that you wanted to speak to me about something, sir. Oh, I see. Ah, yes, before I forget to tell you. If I am ever unavailable, you can trust Entro the page who summoned you here. He is my personal employ, and I know him better than anyone in Avalon. Ah, yes, back to the current events. My concerns are centered around the fact that the last courier I chose ended up being a traitor. Let me guess, you want me to take the letter to King Vortigern? Ha! No, lad. You're far too important to risk on such a task. This is a job for a scout, one you will find once I give you directions. I need you to take the letter to this scout, a man I know personally who is located in the hidden outpost. Good idea. Who else knows about this outpost? I'm the only person besides Muddum who knows the exact location of the outpost. The rest of the council knows of its existence, but not of its exact location. In retrospect, I should have kept it a secret from all but Muddum. But better not to dwell on the past.
I've enough to worry about as it is. How do I get to this outpost? It's located in the heart of the forest. Despite the simplicity of its location, it's actually located in quite a tactical position. The trees are at their thickest in that area, and the trees full of defending scouts spell disaster for an invading party. So what would you like me to do? I need you to take Vortigern's letter to Captain Holden at the outpost. He will see to the delivery of the letter himself. In order to get to the outpost, you will need to get through the gate in the caves. The escape route, as you might have imagined, is directed more or less towards the outpost. That is the most likely location for regrouping. You will need a key to open the gate, which you will get from Captain Calveric. Have you any questions? How do you know you can trust this Holden? Don't you suppose there will be Shaul searching for this outpost? Where's Captain Calveric located? He's a busy man, and I don't have time to keep track of his whereabouts. I employ pages for this. They tend to see and remember everything around them. You might start with one who told you to come here. My boy, that intro. As you wish, General Roth. I shall be off to my duties. So, Sepp, would you say the dialogue is much better in English? Obviously, I believe Digital Tome was... were they American? I want to say? So that's probably the original language the dialogue was intended for, so everything after that was probably translation, so... Right. So talk to Entro, find out where Captain Calveric is. Can I help you with something? I've been told to meet up with Captain Calveric. Do you know where he is? You might wish to check the tavern. That has been set up outside the old barracks in the Inner Bailey. He likes to unwind there with a cup of that all-purpose solvent that Gensa brews. Also, Ambassador Lucius has been looking for you. Thank you for your assistance. Ambassador Lucius, that rude old bastard. He was quite mean to us in the original chapters. Okay. Well, I might as well, like, frankly speaking, even though these are scouting skills, I've got enough points. I'm just gonna go for it. And there are stats that are, generally speaking, beneficial to me. Coordination, for example, lowering of attack speed. Yeah, like, that brought my attack speed down to 10 from, like, 25. So... yeah, I did hear about that you're able to decline chapters. So chat, the original Siege of Avalon, in its conceptualization, was kind of intended to be an episodic game. That's why things are chunked up into chapters in this way. I can't remember, I don't believe my friend had the disc release. I believe he had a download. But, essentially, as I heard it, it is... the game was released in, your main game was like chapters 1 and 2, and then chapters 3, 4, and 5 were basically class-specific optional chapters. And then chapter 6 was like your game-ending chapter, and that is, that's where you, like, you make your ultimate fight, and stuff like that. So, I think this all contributed to this game being kind of low-key and not the most popular game in the world. Obviously, most people like to buy a single disc. That's your game. Done. But Digital Tome, the original publisher of this game, was very interested in trying something new. And unfortunately, it was to their detriment, but
this anthology re-release, it essentially just takes everything and it makes it into one big game. So, technically speaking, as a fighting character, I can skip chapters 4 and 5. Chapter 3 is the fighter's chapter. So, if I wanted to, I could just completely avoid those. But I'm not going to do that, obviously, because I like the whole story of this game, so I'm going to do it all. But there's obvious disadvantages. So, like, Chapter 4, for example, is going to be your Scout's main chapter. And that chapter, I am at a massive disadvantage given my current stats. You know, stealth being negative 28 during the Scout chapter, no way. Like, just, you are in for a very, 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 very bad time. So, I will eventually have to go through my whole inventory, like, rethink. To do Chapter 4, I basically have to rethink all of this. With that said, I'm gonna do it. It's something fun to do, right? So, okay, Captain Calveric. So we gotta make our way out to the Inner Bailey, to the tavern. So Inner Bailey. Exactly. And I'm not, Oh, hey, Virtual Bread, how's it going? Glad to see you in the chat. You said you love this game. What got you into Siege of Avalon? Sepp and I in the chat were talking about kind of how niche this game is. All right. So, also, Sepp, I'm not sure if, because obviously you've played this game in German. I'm not sure if the names are the same, but last stream I got a pretty good kick out of the fact that there's a guy named Chad in the game. Okay, so this is not the tavern though. A German gaming magazine. Oh, do we have another German in the chat? Oh, there's that. Okay. Sir Ingris, Sir Kiner, Orwin, Captain Calveric. There he is. I understand your concern, sir. What? I am to receive a key from you, General Roth? Yes, General Roth told me you'd come find me to get the latest key. Watch yourself out in the woods, son. But try not to go crazy, in those woods especially. Why? What's wrong with the forest I'm about to enter? It's stuffed with elves! Ah, leafy earthen on the outside, with a cream of elf filling? Well, suffice it to say that it's better to make friends with those you can hear but not see, instead of letting them become enemies. They've been living in the forest for quite some time, and they must know every knotted root like the grips on their own sword hilts. Be cautious, young man. You've my blessing, and that of those who would give it if they knew your mission. Two of those are Sir Ingris and Kiner. Here, who have agreed to accompany you on your journey, should you wish. Then I shall befriend the elves. Thank you for your suggestion. I shall be on my way now. Alright, so, if we want, we can add these gentlemen to our party. The comment section belongs to BRD now. Okay, so we'll save our game. There's a chest here, but I cannot access it. Alright. Okay, I don't think there's anything else to do other than make our way for the forest. You know what? That's actually, I was kind of musing about that with Sep earlier. I'm Canadian myself, and I got into this game as a kid because one of my friends was a programmer, and he loved to, because the code of this game was so simple, he loved to mess with it and essentially just implement his own cheat codes. He even went as far as to basically design the intended sequel of the game. He only did like one level. We were like 12 years old at the time, but he adored this game, and I don't know how he got into it, but he got me playing it. He gave me like a downloadable copy that I had on my old Windows like 95 computer. I just, like, as a kid, I played the crap out of this. It was one of my absolute favorite games of all time. And in fact, it's the namesake for this channel. If you'll remember, when you start the game, Digital Tome, under that it said, "Played any good books lately?" So I just did, I didn't use past tense, but I essentially thought that was a really cool turn of phrase that would be neat for my channel. So I ended up going with that. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for doing that, but that is yeah, that's the intent here. Obviously I'm not only going to play Siege of Avalon. My intent over time, Siege of Avalon is going to be the first game I play through, but I'm going to do everything. Baldur's Gate 1, Baldur's Gate 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Icewind Dale, that series. Gothic is a series I really like. Fable. I'm also very into kind of older first-person shooters, like Star Wars Dark Forces, the original Doom games, that kind of thing. The keystone for this channel, I think, is I want to focus on games that have really, really good story, and don't get a lot of recognition because they're so dialogue heavy. Games like this, you know, like where you've actually got to read to learn the story, as opposed to modern games where there's tons of exposition, but nothing really substantive gets told to the player. You know, we get that in a lot of modern RPGs. Like a great example, yes, I have played Knights of the Old Republic, another one of my favorite games. Back before, it's funny you mentioned Knights of the Old Republic, because I was actually going to mention one of the RPGs of the modern era that isn't, it's kind of antithetical to what I'm talking about, of like good story, lots of written dialogue type thing, is the brand new Dragon Age game that came out. Dragon Age Veilguard. It wasn't good. It just was not good. The dialogue was garbage. The voice acting was okay. But for the most part, you know, there was nothing to it. There's nothing there, right? So I want to focus on games where the story was the keystone. And that'll be the focus of this channel, I think. Because, you know, you've got lots of streamers where they play the popular games, right? And good games like Siege of Avalon that they should be getting a lot more love, and they don't, because they're niche, right? So I guess I could encapsulate it as the point of my channel is going to be to give the games that didn't get the recognition they should have gotten the recognition they should get. I'm gonna take the time to play through these games and make sure that people see them. Obviously, I've got to grow followers and everything in order to do that, but yeah, it's I've only just started, so I'm hoping that with time I can get to a good place where I can expose a lot of people to these classic games. Rant complete. All right. So you guys will have to bear with me. I like to have the entire map explored before moving on to the next stage. Reason being, I just like to make sure that I'm finding as much loot as I can without, you know, looking at a walkthrough or, oh lord, okay. Or that. Okay. Okay, let's make sure we're protecting our buddy. He's casting Aura of Iron on us lots, so I think we should be okay. Woo. That's too funny that happened like right after I was like, oh yeah, I'm exploring just so I can find all the enemies, and just completely did not know they were there. It sucks that I killed them all in the pile though. Okay. Yeah, and very difficult to find items for sure. Okay, just make sure I've got my weapon armed so that I don't get any unpleasant surprises again, I guess. And actually, this particular chapter I remember being quite good for, well, not just the fighter-specific items, but like, you know, just lots of really good items in this chapter, for sure. Okay, so we survived a pretty hairy fight there, because we just walked into it with our drawers down. Let's see, we're fully mapped out here. So this is Forest 1. Where are we now? This is forest number 4. So I believe... there we go. Did I kill him already? Alright. Yeah, there's a special temple in here, I believe, with, I guess you could consider him a boss. Wow, I mean, like, honestly, I really enjoy chapter 3. Maybe it's because I don't know, when I was a kid, I appreciated the fact there was more like outright combat in this chapter. So chapter 3 is basically we've made several attempts to get a letter to King Vortigern in, I believe, Taberland. And all the couriers that have been sent have ultimately been traitors. So we're being sent to deliver that exact same letter to a trustworthy scout. Oh, don't kill the wolf. He's not doing anything. Now he is, because you attacked him. Anyways, as I was saying, so the letter that we've been trying to courier to Taberland in order to get aid for the Fortress of Avalon to fight the Shadowhull invasion, has been, traitors have been making sure that that letter does not get to him. So the whole purpose of this chapter is that, lizard people, yes. But yeah, the whole purpose is that we are going to scout on ahead and get that letter to the scouts so they can get it to the king, and then we can get the aid we require. Another spider. Lots of spiders in this one. Okay, so... Yeah, like, again, I personally... Whether... Okay, so is it the least appreciated? Probably. You know, in terms of, like, what actually happens story-wise in this chapter, I kind of get it, but, yeah, like, as a kid, I definitely liked the combat heaviness of this chapter, for sure. Okay, so not getting anywhere over there for sure. So we'll scout around the temple, and then we'll see if I can remember how to make my way around there. So I'm curious. So I've got two Germans in the chat right now that you know, love this game, and doing my research, I did discover that this game is way more popular in Europe than it is in North America. Is there a reason for that? Like, is there a reason this game kind of got a decent following in your countries as opposed to yeah, okay, yeah, the forest, yeah, I understand that, but yeah, like, I'm curious as to why this game ended up being so popular there and not here by comparison. That's I'd be interested on your thoughts with that. Perhaps you guys just have more of a tolerance for these dialogue-heavy, story-driven games. Oh, okay. Okay, he looked like a bit of a hobo. Thank the good spirits, a human face! What's wrong? What are you doing down here? Lizards that walk like men and took us as slaves! There are only a few left, please! They're eating us one by one! Please, set them free! Where are these people located? I escaped at night and stumbled here by luck. I found this place by luck. I couldn't find my way back to the camp if I tried, but I wouldn't try. They don't come down here for some reason. Maybe it's cursed here. The camp is not far, and yes, you are far better suited to handle them than I could ever be. Hey, if you're down here, then it must be safe up there. I'm starving. I'm sure I have something here for you. Sorry, I'm just reading your comments because I'm genuinely curious. Computerbildspiele. Yeah, I don't think this got any press in North America. Like, it sounds like you guys had, like, the game actually got some decent press. Whereas here, it was word of mouth, basically. I don't think, like, what are our big... We don't really do magazines anymore, but, I guess one of the bigger ones back in the day would have been, like, Game Informer. IGN wasn't really a thing back then. Yeah, so I guess just Game Informer would have been a big one. Yeah, like, for myself, it was word of mouth. That I didn't really have any magazine or anything like that. Okay, so let's... Oh, jeez. Lots of spiders on this stage. Oh, yeah, okay. I know where I am. Okay, so... I'm gonna tax my memory, like, majorly here. Okay, yeah, full HD is definitely... Like I said, I tried to play in the original resolution on my full HD screen. It was difficult. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try and give this a go. Okay, so I think this door is a dead end, and it drops you back over here. So we're gonna keep moving this way. Nothing there. Oh, geez. Okay. I didn't really... There's not much lore behind, if I remember correctly anyways. Not much lore behind this, this particular area. You would think there would be, because, it's kind of strange that, Okay, so this is... This appears to be a kind of like magic user type deal. Alright. YOLO! Here we go. Okay, Felix Apprentice. Are you alive? He is alive. Helm of Reason. Ups my coordination, my perception, and my restriction. That does appear to be superior to my current helm. Yeah, my current helm is just base stats. The music in this game, like, I started playing it for the stream, and I forgot how brilliant the soundtrack of this game is. It's truly... I would argue it's one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. Like, it's that good. I remember a lot of people being annoyed with it, because it basically loops perpetually, right? So, is this, because I'm playing the Siege of Avalon Anthology version that I downloaded off Steam, because you guys are referring to a remake and an original. So am I technically playing a remake right now, or is this the original game? Because I'm now slightly confused. This sounds like the original soundtrack to me. Ashes of Avalon. See, you guys know so much cool stuff about this game that I just don't. Like, I was only aware of Siege of Avalon, and I knew a little bit about the intended sequel, which was, I believe, Pillars of Avalon. But now you guys are referring to Ashes of Avalon as well, so that's really neat. I'm gonna have to start like a Discord server or something so that I can talk to you guys. You are a wealth of knowledge. I'm not getting exposed to like any of this stuff. Okay, so this is who I'm talking about here. So these guys are called Shadow Warriors, and again, I'm not really sure of any unique lore. Somigos? I'll remember that. Anyway, so these Shadow Warriors, I don't remember receiving any lore on these guys. I'm gonna have to see after... adventure, after slaying him, if I get maybe some adventure logs that give me some backstory. Okay. I believe they're all fighters as well. I'm hoping they're all fighters, otherwise I'm in for a world of hurt coming up. Okay. Off we go. Nope, not all fighters. That's not fun. Come on, land some hits, please. Just need some more holds from Felix Apprentice. Come on. He's not hitting me right now, which is nice. Jeez. No, thank you. Hopefully he's used all his mana. Okay, so Shadow Warriors. Okay, so I'm gonna take Sep's advice. There we go. Got a quarterstaff. Sep told me that whenever there's a next button, that there's stuff in the inventory that I'm not seeing. So. Oh. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense because the whole point of this entire quest line, from a character growth perspective, is so that I can get knighted, as opposed to being Squire. Shadow Amulet. And yeah, and these Shadow... Okay, yep. These that... I agree with you, Sep. That sounds rational to me. That would make sense as to why this dungeon exists as well. It was probably done by Avalon's mages in order to, do that. Okay. I don't know why they had to make it quite this confusing, though. Okay. So there's our first Shadow Warrior test done. Oh, it took us back there. Interesting. There we go. Then I exit out of here. Cool. Okay, on to the next stages. Okay, so we're in forest number 4 right now. So, how much of a following does this game have in, I guess, like, you guys are German, but, is this game, like, considered to be, like a classic there? Or is it kind of like it is in North America, where it's kind of, if you know, you know, but if you don't know, you don't know, kind of thing? Okay, so this is the fort. Cool. Okay, so we're actually not... We're gonna go around... Okay, so it is kind of like it is here, where it's not many people are in awareness about its existence. I guess you guys are pretty surprised to see an English streamer playing this then. Okay, so we got our lizard men enemy. Okay, fight him. Yeah, I looked on Twitch before I started streaming just to see if I would have any competitive viewership, and I saw some old videos of some European streamers, and then that was it. I didn't see anything else after that. Okay. These guys are a lot easier right now than I remember. I think this guy specifically has an item. There's one around here specifically that has a special item. I think it's more good, yeah, shadow cuffs. There we go. So that's more of a stealth item. Yeah, I plan on doing more than one playthrough of this. Obviously, as of right now, I have a fairly limited viewership. Just I literally didn't stream before doing this, so this is literally my first stream series. But maybe after growing a little bit, playing some other games as well as this game, I'll be able to get to a point where I can expose a little more people to this game. I've got some friends in the United States. They didn't know about this game at all, and they're starting to play it now. Because they're super into RPGs the same way I am. So I'm starting to make an impact, guys. Okay. See if there's any more lizard men in the forest, and then I will go into the dungeon that I'm pretty sure is here. We will free the slaves. Okay, so I think there's 2 more enemies by the entrance here. Yeah. I think the color denotes difficulty. I think there's green, which are like your easiest, and then there's the orange or red, and then there's blue, I believe. Yeah, and I think another reason this game didn't end up being quite as big as Gotcha. Okay, so there's really no power difference. They're just different colors. One after my mage friend. Yeah, I think another reason this game ended up maybe being a little bit less popular is I believe around the same time you had like Diablo 2 coming out, which is obviously massive cult classic, brilliant game. But the combat was a lot more compelling, I would say, having played it. Come on. Don't attack my friend, please. I'd be also interested to know, chat, if my clicking and my keyboard clicks and stuff, if those are becoming, or have been, annoying. I was looking into maybe doing some noise suppression, or like noise gate, just to diminish that a little bit. So I'd appreciate you guys letting me know in the chat if that is actually an issue. Because if it's not, then obviously I don't have to take the time to mess with my filters and stuff. Oh, got a critical hit there. Nice. Just body block these guys, just keep my mage safe. Okay, let's just heal up a little bit. That is actually a really interesting take, Sep. Yeah, it's because each chapter does have a very unique identity. Obviously, like, the gameplay is essentially the same. But if you don't like the particular focus mechanic, like, for example, chapter 4 being very stealth oriented, if people aren't if people aren't willing to change the stats of their character or the armor of their character in order to accommodate that, that would be, yeah, I could see that. I could see, especially, like, 12-year-old me with the attention span of a grape. Yeah, I could definitely see that being a problem. Okay, so let's move on. Let's see, how are we doing? Over 200 training points. So I think I'll be able to, up my level. I'm waiting for the training, character who's at the base. Oh! Okay, I will remember that. F2 for quick save. Game saved. Alright. I will remember that just so I'm not exit screening. Come on, Sep, you're making me look like an amateur here. Don't attack my friend. That is rude. Oh god. Felic's apprentice? What are you doing? No! Ah, that is gutting. Alright. Well, I will not abide his death. I am unwilling to do so. Well, you know what? He definitely did. He definitely did, because he walked us into like 12 enemies. That is 100% deserved death. However, in the off chance that he will be useful in future encounters, I'm gonna load a game and make sure that he doesn't die. Oh, you ridiculous man. No, stop it. It's gonna do it again. I don't want to do that right now. Okay. Whew. See, I just reloaded the game to make sure you weren't gonna die, and then you did that to me. That's so rude, Felix Apprentice. That is so rude. Okay, so now I have to sit here and heal because you suck. Oh, here I am. I'm doing it again. F2. F2. Make sure you're quick saving. Much faster. Okay, let's just heal up a little bit. And then we'll go on to the next one. Actually, let's take a look at these. I don't. I can't remember. Again, I haven't played this game in ages. I do not remember where the heal spell. I'm pretty sure it's the Mage Elazar. But yeah, I don't remember where the healing spell is. So right now, Palandrian gave me the shadow spell, I believe. Elarath, that's it. He's in Southgate, right? Southgate? I could always, after this, I can always just backtrack and get the spell off of him. It would be good for me to grab Aura of Iron for myself as well, just so I'm not... Yes, I am playing as a fighter. It is, I would argue, just from playing it for 2 chapters, Outer Keep level 2. Okay, perfect. I've played a Scout. Scout's probably my favorite. I just love how broken the stealth stat is. It's wonderful. I've played as a Mage. It's a little frustrating how squishy you are, especially when you aren't as stealthy as the Scout. So I would put that... That's tough. I'd probably put the Mage as the easiest character to win the game with, just because certain spells are just so powerful. I would put Scout as probably number 2, best class to go with, and then Fighter I would put dead last, because you have to get into the thick of it, right? You have to basically have like 4 enemies surround you and just let them hit you, right? That's just objectively a worse play style for this game, I would say. But one of the early chatters in the early days of the stream, she was the only one in the chat, and I didn't want to be boring and design my own character, so I let her design it, and she's the one that came up with the silly name Grumples, and made me choose a female character. She made me choose the beard option, which is making me appear bald. And it also, the rendering of the armor is also different. Yeah, that's basically why I'm playing as a fighter. Is one of the chatters decided that that would be a good choice, and I've never played as a fighter, so I was up for the challenge. Okay, let's see. So we've explored here, here. So we've got some rock golems. Okay, just some guards. Yeah, and I didn't really push to have the healing spell, just because I'm playing as a fighter, so it was kind of... It seemed fitting in a kind of a roleplay sense to not have too much magic. But in terms of a, fight to win perspective, yeah, definitely a good call to go grab some spells. Yeah, I would agree. The end fight with Mithras is probably going to be easiest. Or sorry, rather, I agree with you that the end fight is hardest with the Scout, because the playstyle requires that you're not seen. And the Scout class doesn't really have any good counters for Mithras' fighting style, for sure. 100% agree. But in terms of getting through a dungeon, gameplay-wise, yeah, I would say I personally had a very easy time with the Scout, personally. But caveat to that is once your stealth stat is high enough, because honestly, until my stealth stat was adjusted to 75 using the shadow spell, I was getting discovered every single time, and I was having to engage in the most annoying hit and run play style. I was clicking the enemy, running away, clicking the enemy, running away. Lots of spiders. There we go. Of course he zeroes in on my buddy. Yeah. Yep. I can't imagine what that does. Much to my chagrin. I think that is one thing I'm finding quite liberating about playing the... Here I am, I'm doing it again. Force of habit. That's one thing I'm finding quite liberating about playing the fighter, is I literally don't care about being seen, because it doesn't matter. I'm mostly worried about this guy. Just making sure he doesn't freaking die. As long as he doesn't die, I'm happy. Okay, so... Where are we here? These guys attack rather quickly. Sorry if you hear a little barking in the background. I do have dogs. A little area down here. Slay the spiders. You guys must find this, given that you're a little more knowledgeable about the game, you must find it so annoying when I don't realize certain things. I'm learning. Revisiting this game after many moons. Oh, good lord. So many. Don't die, please. Don't die. Thank you. Whew. Oh, geez, there was one more. Gauntlets of grounding. Okay, so that gives me a little bit of an electric resistance. Well, honestly, sorry, Virtual Bread, I don't know if you have, like, a short handle that you want me to use, like Sep, but, yeah, the classic version, I don't know, what your computer is like, but, personally, I would just download Steam, and I'm playing the Siege of Avalon Anthology version, that's available on Steam. It's very cheap. And it's like, as you can see, it's more or less the same game. So I would, yeah, like I would just download it off Steam, personally speaking, but, I'm not sure if that's an option that you're willing to explore. It is the easiest. Obviously, I understand some people are purists in terms of how they run certain games. I myself enjoy, you know, there were certain game collections that were released for, like, say, for example, vintage Nintendo games, like the Kirby games. They would get released as a collection for, like, the Nintendo Wii. But I would still play it on Super NES or the Game Boy because that is the original console it was released on, and that's, like, how I want the game to feel, kind of thing. But I totally understand. But, yeah, in terms of ease of use, I would say Steam is your way to go. Was for me. I definitely, I wasn't going to try and track down a disc copy of this. They're honestly super, super hard to track down in North America. Just because the game wasn't quite so popular. Damn. Okay. I am going to go out on a limb here. And I'm going to say there's a Shadow Warrior. And wouldn't you know it? There we go. I win. Oh god, he's got such good stuff. I don't have room for this, sir. Alright. You're on, Fellick. Or sorry, Felix Apprentice. Yeah, and then we'll... grab you. And we'll start playing around with inventory space. So black boots I don't think I need. Probably drop that. No, definitely want that. Black leather hood. Might as well take that. Okay, so this sword fascinates me. So what's it called? Fine crafted. So it's, yeah, it's just a neat skin, essentially. So we'll do that. That's the third best sword in the game. That's very good to know. A little shadow amulet action. So I wonder why they didn't name it anything particularly snazzy. Because like this, I've got like Mace of Frozen Barbs, you know? Like I've got a name with some zest. This is Fine Crafted Longsword. I would have like, I don't know. Dark Blade. There you go. That would be a name. Obviously, yeah, you're right. The cutting stat's very nice. Attack bonus. Attack recovery is excellent. All that good stuff. But I don't know. There's no joie de vivre, you know? If I was a lesser man, I'd just throw that sword away. All right. So the spice is missing, Sep. I am missing spice. I need spice. That sword has no coriander. The sword has no coriander. Okay, so in one of these areas we've got the prisoners must be here. I probably walked right past them because I suck. Because I'm fairly certain I mapped out this entire area. Do you have fresh enemies? Why are you casting spells on me? Just felt like it. Oh, where are your slaves? Okay, so not in here. Don't think they're over there either. I'm really taxing my memory trying to remember where stuff is. up here? Nope. Down this way. There we go. One hit KO. I'm into it.
Thank you so much. I'm so hungry. I could eat a horse. Come on, let's get a move on.
Yes, I found your friend who told me of your plight. He ran off after he told me your tale. Because he's just cool like that. Okay, he's not walking off. Okay, there we go. Now they're moving. Okay. Alright, that is that dungeon. Okay. So let's move on. I don't want to go to the final, sorry, I don't want to go to the outpost just yet. I know you can advance things a little bit, actually, maybe I do. I don't know. Yeah, you know what, let's head over this way. Okay, so this has archers. That's gonna be fun. Alright. Bane of my freaking existence here. There we go. I can press T to teleport to the outpost? What? No way. Oh my god, what? Oh, I'm bad. I'm so bad at this game. Sep, you're a god. Just don't want it on the quick save is all. Okay. Well, whatever. Let's give him a chat. Hello, traveler. I'm known as Byron. How's life? What is this place? This? This is the last hope of the whole of mankind, and the mighty walls of Avalon fall. Since I'm unsure what you're supposed to know and all, why don't you seek Captain for your questions, eh? Of course. Farewell. That's why I didn't think to use it, because I think in the original game, I didn't know of any teleportation, anything in the original game, so that's, interesting. Hello, I'm Severy, and you must be the human who has been wandering around the forest lately. Know that I, Severy, of the Glen Gods, respect the current peace between our people. You will find me no threat. But do not expect much conversation from me either. The forest and its creatures speak to me almost constantly, so I spend most of my time listening. I'm a solitary being, and I hope you respect this. Very well, Severy. I will leave you, as I find you, in peace. You can get rid of that now. What in the... I'm Captain Holden, in charge of this outpost. The flag is the work of my invisible men in the trees. Someone has been assigned to watch you.
and likely has for quite some time. Apparently he liked what he saw because he tagged you. It's their way of letting others know to leave you be. I can tell you have many questions on your mind, so I will answer yours before you answer mine. Fair enough. What if it had come off? What if I had noticed it and had taken it off? What if the sky fell tomorrow? There's no reason to be worrying about that. Since you haven't brought a large group here, and you're obviously not Shaol, you simply would have been stopped and questioned when it was obvious that you were coming here. It should be enough for me to say that you have been watched. Thank you for indulging my curiosity. I suppose you wish to know why I'm here. Indeed. Specifically, what business have you here, and under whose orders? I have an important missive for King Vortigern from General Roth. And what do you wish for me to do with this message? Or should I ask, what does Sir Roth wish me to do with it? Well, the last time he tried to send it, the courier proved traitorous. He would have simply held on to the letter until Avalon's walls fell. General Roth needs someone he knows he can trust. He trusts you and your judgment with this information. What is so important about this letter? It contains a warning for King Vortigern's forces. If they do not receive this news, they will walk into a slaughter the likes of which Urale has not seen since the Elithrian and Cathayan slaughter of the summer of 240. That is indeed an important communique, but unfortunately the way to where Vortigern's forces must be right now is blocked by Shaol. They seem to be looking for something. The elves believe there's a sacred unicorn, but I believe they're here to find the outpost. At any rate, you look like quite the battle-scarred veteran. Veteran? Hardly, and modest too. What I was trying to say is that it should be a small matter for one of your skills to clear the way for my protege Byron. His skill at evading detection is second to none, so if you could get that done as soon as possible, that would be wonderful. Okay? Great. I suppose I haven't a choice in the matter. Very well, I accept. Then it's settled. I'll take that letter now, of course. It wouldn't do to have it intercepted. Come to me when the ground is awash in Ahol blood. If you're feeling adventurous, you can put some lizard men down too. In the meantime, I'll let Byron know to make preparations for your departure. Very well. I shall return when the threat has been removed. Here's who I want. This guy provides all your fighting training for this level. At last, the young human. From your bearing, I can tell that you aspire to the way of the warrior. Perhaps one day you will have proven yourself. I may help you along this path. Are you a warrior yourself? I am a Skari, champion of the Glenguards, and I am considered a master in the arts of war by my people. Since birth, I have trained, and among our people there exists no weapon greater than rare elves, such as myself. That is most impressive, Askari. What is it that makes you such a great warrior? There are many aspects which a warrior... There are many aspects which make a warrior. Within you, I can sense the potential for greatness. You have much courage, and you have helped your people considerably of late. Truly, your spirit is strong. However, I cannot consent to training you until you have demonstrated your prowess. The course of my life has currently been taking will no doubt soon provide an excellent chance to prove my skills to you. Okay, so he will not train us until such a time as we prove our prowess. Alright, well, we should get on that, because he gives us some very good skills, if I recall. Okay, so there's a map over that way. Getting mostly mapped out.
So let's see here. What are we, Forest 8? I want to say this is where the unicorn is, actually. There, oh, there. Missed you completely, sir. There we go. Protect our boy. Run away, run away. Archer down. Take the mage down. Ah, bollocks. Alright. That was definitely a huge fight. I am going to take the advice of Sep. Oh, here. Quite far into these twisted woods you've traveled, young human. Your passage has not gone unnoticed. The forest and all its creatures cry out at your passage. Also, you have been shadowed by members of the Glen Guards for some time now. Now tell me, what purpose brings you here? By what right do you ask my business, stranger? Who are you? And who are these Glen Guards you speak of? In fact, just what are you? I feel like that's a little too antagonistic, so I'll be diplomatic. I seek Captain Holden, commander of the outpost. He should be inside the outpost. You should know that we elves have an understanding with your Captain Holden. So long as you refrain from any thoughtless destruction of the life in this forest, my men and I will leave you to your own affairs. I am glad to know you come in peace. I'm a bit confused, though. Who exactly are you? I am Tavi, commander of the Glen Guards in this forest. We are a group of elves who are entrusted with the protection of sacred creatures. You should know that we have made a bond of peace with your Captain Holden. We have agreed to leave you humans in peace, so long as you do not interfere with our missions here. Your mission? We are charged with protecting Miki, a unicorn. Long has the sacred creature dwelled peacefully here, but now Shaol hunters threaten her safety. They have already slain her mate, and this has caused the sickness that is warping this once vibrant forest. We must save Miki, for these woods could be forever lost to darkness. I wish you total success in your worthy mission, Tavi. Farewell. Alright. So as I say, we will head back to Avalon. Just grab a couple spells. And then we will make our way back. Because Sep is totally right. We should definitely make a point to have our own spells so that we can cast our Ore of Iron on ourselves and not rely so heavily on Felix Apprentice. Into the wood we go. This way. Shouldn't take too long. And I should definitely have enough training points to purchase whatever spells I need, for sure. So he said Outer Keep level 2. Not here. Yeah, I don't think they're terribly expensive, which is all the more reason I feel a little silly having not grabbed them.
Welcome, soldier. What can this old wizard do for you today?
I have just arrived in Avalon, and I was just having a look around. Who are you?
I am Elarath, and as you can see, this is my laboratory, where I am doing research on the ancient ruins that lie beneath the village. I also serve as an advisor to Sir Roth and his council, and when I can, I teach aspiring mages to better control the forces around them.
I'm interested in learning sorcery. Would you be able to teach me?
I can teach almost anyone to be a sorcerer. Come closer, and we shall begin. Very good. You have at least some aptitude for magic. Please, feel free to use the obelisk behind me for target practice, or if you are ready, I can instruct you in some of the more advanced techniques.
I would be interested in anything you have to offer. Basic energy management. Oh lord, yeah, I've got enough training points to buy all of this and then some. Okay, so let's buy heal. Let's buy... You know what? A fairly useful spell. Hold will immobilize an employee. Does this sound like something you would like to know how to cast? Yes, it does. Heal? Yes. Yeah, you know what? All these are kind of worth it, so I'll buy them all. I won't get Flame and Frost. I do want to be at least a little bit authentic to my fighter class. I'm curious where I can grab the Aura of Iron spell. I might have to, I'll have to look that up. And then I believe Elazar is a mage out in the South Gate. Yeah, like, I guess I could be a putz and just, do what I want, basically, but, yeah, I wanna be at least,
Hello again. What do you need?
Why do you assume I need something?
No one comes to visit me unless they do. Speak.
I don't need anything, wizard. Farewell. Okay, so he's got nothing to teach me. Okay, so I'll arm heal just to have it. And then we will head back to the forest. And then, it's almost the end of the stream, guys. So I'll get back to the forest to kind of, Bones the skeleton. Alright, I'm on my way. So I'll grab some more spells from Bones, make my way back to the forest, and then that's all she wrote for the Saturday stream. Okay, so Innerkeep Basement. See, I'm just being lazy. I'm just not talking to enough NPCs. Yeah, so, Virtual Bread, I do have a schedule. So I stream Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I have a job, so, Tuesday and Thursday are 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's North American time. And then my stream on Saturday is always going to be 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. I can look into streaming longer. I was more sticking to that schedule to start just because I wasn't sure what level of interest there would be in the channel. So I've kind of I've kind of kept things modest to start. But yeah, if you guys like what you've seen, I'm pretty sure one or both of you has dropped a follow. So you should get notifications when I do stream. But yeah, if you drop a follow, you'll get notifications, and then yeah, that'll be 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. Oh Lord. Okay, so what time is it in Germany right now? I'm curious. Because unfortunately, I can't afford. I make no income off streaming, so unfortunately, I can't afford to. Unfortunately, I can't afford to do it full time as of yet. But it's 10 p.m. Okay, so it's a nice evening stream. Well, I appreciate you guys being able to come by so late in the evening. It's well, I guess it's not late, not too late. It's kind of just a little light evening watching. But yeah, I suppose that means you guys won't be able to view my my Tuesday and Thursday stream, which is unfortunate. But yeah, unfortunately that's the schedule I'm stuck with just due to my work schedule. So click, click, clack. Very well, I can train you, if you have the time in the following. Okay, I'll buy the protection spells. Ore of Iron, protection from lightning. Yeah, you know, and that's the thing. I film, or I take VOD of all of my streams. So you guys will be able to watch those, no problem. And then I am toying with the idea of doing a little bit of YouTube on top of that. So that really depends on the level of interest in the channel, obviously. But yeah, I'm exploring all of that stuff. Okay, so might as well 15, 10, and 10. Yeah, okay, I got enough points. I feel bad because you guys are so interested in this particular game. I might have to maybe I stream something else during the weekdays and I reserve these for my Saturday stream, since I know I have some interested parties who would like to watch the game. Okay, so we're gonna F2. We'll save. Yes, I do know. I do know about hotkeys for the spells. That much I do know. Okay, so let's go to the caves. Take us into the forest. Yeah, so I'm just trying to remember the controls for that. So it's... Oh, geez. Okay. Spell bar toggle. Okay. Well, I'll stick with heal for now. All right. And this is a good place, as good a place as any to call it for the day. So okay, I feel very blessed today to have some people who are so invested in this game, the same as I am. So thank you guys very much for dropping into the stream and watching. It's massively appreciated. I love it. You guys have a wealth of knowledge that I didn't have, which has made the stream, in my view, more fun, more interesting. If you guys would like, obviously a few of you have dropped a follow. If you've got any friends who are also interested in this game, let them know about the stream. Anything we can do to grow the channel and get me closer to affiliate, so that I can invest more time into this project. That would be excellent. Oh, okay, Sep, thank you for the follow. Yeah, so I hope you guys have a lovely, cozy evening in Germany. It seems to be everyone on the stream today is German, which is lovely, and we will see you guys next time. Take care.